Hey guys, so I'm here to talk to you about the Insurgent movie. I know most of you have already seen videos about this, so this is probably not going to be anything new besides what my opinion was on it. So if you want to stick around for that, by all means, you know, free country and all that. So let's get into my review and my discussion of it. Alright, so before I get into the spoilery section, I just wanted to say, overall, I've got to be honest with myself and I liked the movie. I thought it was a good, engaging, exhilarating ride. But if I have to be honest with you guys too, I would say that it was not the best book-to-movie adaptation ever. It was pretty below average in the scheme of book-to-movie adaptations like Fault in Our Stars, Catching Fire, those massive, beautiful gems. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And of course, one of my biggest problems with this movie was that basically all the side characters were basically cast aside like just ragged dolls. Marcus was taken out of the equation, so was Christina. Tori was gone too, and Uriah was hardly even there. What is happening? They took out the love of the characters and just focused solely on the plot. And that was the downfall for this movie for me. But regardless of that being said, it was still a good movie. It just fell short a lot. So with that said, let's get into the spoilery discussion. First off, I just want to say that they started it off really well. I love the recap with Janine on the holographic projectors. I thought that was a smart decision on the filmmaker's part because it kind of jogs your memory about the first movie and like what this movie is like leading up to. But on the topic of holographic projectors, I found it so funny how you've got this massive shot of the city of Chicago and like it's all like in ruins and in rubble, but then you've got these like blue holographic screens of just Janine, and it's just like high tech, and then you've got like this like destruction all around it. I thought like the juxtaposition was just really funny to me. Because, I mean, I always pictured Divergent Land as just, like, in ruins, but it wasn't that high-tech. And it was just weird. I don't know. So, moving on from the blue projected holographic things, you've got Triss and Four and Caleb and Peter, you know, rushing off to Amity. And then they're accepted into the Amity's kind of compound, and that was awesome. I really liked what this movie kind of gave us. It gave us inside look into all the kind of factions. You got to see Candor, you got to see Amity, you got to see Erudite, but that wasn't fun, that bit. Erudite was not fun. So they're in Amity, and I really love the cafeteria scene of how like they're just like, go with kindness, and Peter's just like, yeah, like you could take advantage of these like kind, loving people, and it's just like, yeah, you go with kindness, and I'm just like, I hate you, but you're funny. And plus it's like Miles Teller, how can you not adore him? He's so adorable. But anyway, leading up to the end of that cafeteria scene with the massive brawl, that was like the cafeteria fight scene from hell. Like, it was so intense. That shit was cray. That train scene though, whoa, I mean, I saw it in the trailer, but in the movie, just exhilaration. That was awesome. And I know a lot of people have like mentioned Caleb's running, but I just feel like I need to say it too. I love the dude. He's such a bumbling little cutie pie. He's so adorable. And then, of course, in the train scene with the factionless, Caleb just stands there. And Caleb's just like on the train, he's just like looking at his sister getting pummeled by this factionless dude, and he's just like, interesting, I'll just you know, be a spectator in this, and I'll just, you know, like, critique all of your little moves, give little pointers here and there. Like, what are you doing, Caleb? I mean, I know that's, you know, but seriously, dude. And then For's just like, I'm Tobias Eden. And then, whoa, Tobias Eden, stop right there. We've been looking for you. Did that happen in the book? I don't think that happened in the book because, oh, maybe it did. I don't know. And then they just kind of walk away. They're just like, yeah, celebrities. Woo. But, and then they kind of move into the factionless quarters. That was hella cool. The amount of detail that went into that I'm impressed. Good job. Okay, so my absolute favorite scene was the Candor headquarters with the truth serum. I was blown away. I was in tears. It was so emotional. I loved For's truth serum scene, how he's just like, I fell in love with Triss prior. I mean, you know that he did so, but this is like the very first time that he voices it out loud. And then I loved Shailene did an immaculate job. I was anticipating that scene ever since I read the book, and it delivered so much. It was so emotional, and the atmosphere was so real and so raw. They just did an incredible job. So happy. But I was a little bit iffy on how they just kind of stood there. That was kind of irking me, because I think in the book they were like strapped down, like they were kind of like forced to do it. But really, I actually liked how they weren't forced to sit down in that chair, like they weren't strapped in, because I loved how she was just like, she was using her body language to really communicate the stress that she was under, and it just broke my heart. That scene will forever and always be my favorite. And Uriah, I loved Uriah in the book. He was incredible. He was so goofy and just so cute. He only had legit one scene. He only spoke for like 15 seconds max, and all that I kind of gathered from what he said was, your boyfriend is badass. Like, what is your boyfriend up to? Badass things? Huh? And then he gets shot. And at first I kind of forgot about the whole Trank thing, so I thought that he died right then, whereas in book 3 that's where he dies. And I was like, what the F is happening? He died right then. He only had like 20 seconds screen time. But then of course you realize that it's just tranquilizers, and I'm just like, okay, I can deal with this. Just keep Uriah alive, please. Let's talk about the scanning headpiece about percentages of your factions. That was so unrealistic in the whole world of this dystopian land. It did not fit. It didn't make sense. I kind of thought that Triss would be like 95%, but then when it's just like 100%, I'm just like, yeah, I should have been expecting that. 99% is just not good enough. You gotta be 100%. So then they go all the way back to the factionless headquarters, and that dinner scene with Evelyn and Triss and For and Caleb, I know it was supposed to be hella awkward, but I found it completely hilarious. And then For has this massive tantrum with his mom, and he's just like, don't call me Tobias, and he just stalks off upstairs, and Triss follows him, of course. And then Caleb's just sitting there with Evelyn, just like chilling, and he's just like, this is lovely. I shit you not, I was laughing so hard. It was incredibly funny. And then of course when Triss kind of follows For up and they have their little sexy time, I know a lot of people were kind of upset about how short it was, but I'm pretty sure that was an accurate representation from what was like put in the book, because in the book it was kind of very simplistic and it wasn't very detailed, so I kind of liked how they did that in the movie too. So let's jump in with Triss kind of sacrificing herself and going to the, you know, erudite headquarters and like, I'll be your, you know, sacrificial lamb or whatever, your like subject. Like, it was very accurate to the book, But the levitation vine things, they were wacky. That, when I first saw that, I was, how is that even working? You know? And the simulations, they were definitely engaging, they were definitely exhilarating. They caught my attention. The Dauntless one was the most like, but when she's like climbing on the house and how it kind of like tipped over, it was so reminiscent to Titanic, how the boat was like rising up on its, you know, back, and they had to climb all the way to the top and stay there while it sunk. That was all that I could think of, was don't let go, Jack, don't let go. Yeah, it was a fun time, but it shouldn't have been. It should have been like really like intense, but it was kind of funny. Could we please mention Triss's hair? In that one scene where she kind of goes to like her bunker, her hair is like wacky. It's like everywhere. And then like in the next scene, it's like all like perfected and like in like order. I found that hilarious. That and Peter in this movie is so awesome. I kind of forgot that he kind of helped Triss kind of like fake die and then like revived her. I forgot that, and then when I like saw it in the movie play out, I was like, hell yeah, Peter, yes! Like, he's such like a double agent. I love that. But I mean, he's still an ass, but he's like a conniving, helpful ass. So yeah, he has his moments. So the box development in this movie was interesting. I'm pretty sure it was not in the book. I personally liked the box idea because it kind of maximized all of her ideas into this one concept, and so I thought that was a neat thing to do. So it just kind of tied everything together in this one kind of box, I suppose. And the ending scene, oh my god, Janine, pew pew pew. That was great because you knew that it was coming if you read the books. So it was good. It was good. And I'm a little bit confused about how all the factions were kind of like migrating to the wall. I'm not sure if that was in the book. Yeah. But it was a good way of ending the movie. So I liked it. Yeah, so the thing that I found was that in Insurgent, it was not character driven. That was Divergent. Divergent was the character growth. Insurgent was the plot driven, you know, push to Allegiant. They basically just cut out all the emotional growth in Insurgent, and that was its downfall. That's where it fell short for me. Overall, good movie, not great, not bad either. It was okay. And seriously, if they make 2 Allegiant movies, I'm gonna be so mad, because you can literally combine, like, you can literally do a whole movie just with one Allegiant movie. I'm gonna be so mad. So there you have it. That was my Insurgent movie review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know any of your thoughts about this movie in the comment section below, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye.